Adam's podcast coming on right now. Adam's podcast, the introduction. Here we are. Welcome, everybody, to Adam's podcast. Here we go. You gotta love it, baby. So here we go. We get ready to talk about news. Adam's podcast. You gotta love it, baby. So around the news today, we've got wildfire in LA that has happened in LA. Whole bunch of people evacuated as the fire goes in LA. And let's see, we'll go to that right now. Okay, guys, take it off.
Later shared with the Associated Press, Kai Cranmore was hiking with friends in Temescal Canyon when they spotted smoke on the horizon.
Turned around and there was
So they
a
found
plume
the
of
guy.
smoke just rolling over the mountain right behind us.
This satellite image, captured by the European Space Agency and time-stamped at 10:37 a.m. local time, shows the first signs of the Palisades fire tearing through the area. CNN geolocated Cranmore's video to an area near the site of that smoke.
Hey babe, I need you to come out here right now.
Later that day, Ring doorbell footage shows Cheryl Koo alerting her husband Jeffrey to a nearby fire she saw on her drive home from work.
And because there was no power, the neighborhood was dark, the canyon was dark. She could see a light in the hillside, and as she got closer to the house, sure enough, it was burning bright, and it was the base of the tower on fire.
Minutes later, cell phone video taken by Jeffrey appears to show the base of an electrical tower in Eaton Canyon on fire. These are potentially the first images of the Eaton fire.
We were in the panic mode of just trying to get out as fast as we can. We did see the embers flying. It was almost like snow flurries, but instead it's fire.
At the same time the Coos were evacuating, Pedro Rojas captured another angle of flames erupting at the base of the transmission tower from his backyard in Pasadena. Local officials are investigating the area as the possible origin site of the fire, according to the Los Angeles Times.
Investigators are trying to get to the bottom of the question that's on everyone's mind. How did all
Did
of
it
this
start?
happen? What started the two
Right
most
now.
destructive fires in Southern California history? Now we know the dry brush and the high winds help fuel the flames. You can see here just how fast the Palisades fire grew. What started more than a week ago has
17
spread
acres.
and spread and spread. It's now burned more than 23,000 acres. That's more than 37 square miles, killing at least 9 people
Almost
for that fire
23
alone,
acres.
scorching 5,000 structures. It's currently, this fire in particular, 18% contained. But what was the source of that initial spark? Well, the first signs of the inferno were actually early on Tuesday, January 7th. CAL FIRE says that it started around 10:30 in the morning. Now, this video shows smoke rolling off the hills around the Palisades minutes after 10:30. Now, this satellite image was taken at 10:37. Now, at that point, the fire was a tiny fraction of what it would eventually go on to become. And now we're learning the Palisades fire appears to have started very close to another blaze that broke out just 6 days earlier on New Year's Day. This is the burn scar from that fire from a satellite image on January 1st. Here's that same burn scar on the image on the Palisades fire. It's less than 300 yards from where it looks like the Palisades blaze began. Now, people are asking, could the winds have rekindled smoldering debris from that New Year's Day fire? Well, agents from the ATF are trying to figure it all out. But a source tells us there is no leading theory at the moment. And then there's the Eaton fire. Now, CAL FIRE says it started at 6:18 p.m. on Tuesday. Here's video from an Altadena resident just a minute later.
There's the fire. You see the power lines. Oh boy.
And what he's filming there is an electrical tower with flames licking away
Electrical
at the base
tower.
of it, as you see, and that's not the only vantage point. Another nearby resident, they recorded this. It was taken around 6:24. Now, no cause of the fire has been determined yet, but the Los Angeles Times is reporting that authorities are investigating an electrical tower as the
So electrical
possible
tower.
origin site.
Fire.
The electric company is already facing a lawsuit, by the way.
So
Southern
this is a
California
lawsuit.
Edison says it found no problems around the time of the fire. I want to bring in CNN's Nick Watt, who's live in Pacific Palisades. Nick, there have been concerns all day about the return of those now infamous Santa Ana winds. So far, though, the gusts have not been as strong as expected. How long is that going to last?
Well, hopefully a long time, but at about 3 a.m. our time, West Coast, so 6 a.m. your time, they are forecast to pick up again. You know, we went through this drill last night where we thought that the winds were really going to pick up in the middle of the night. You know, there was a weather forecaster on the local
Pacific
news
Los
who was
Angeles.
talking about these people being at the most danger as he had his hand alarmingly
Weather
over exactly
service
where I live.
warns
So my truck is
strong
full of
winds
a couple of pictures and
could
some
lead
stuff
to
from
fire
my house right now.
damage.
If we get through tonight, we will be good. So fingers crossed the forecast is wrong again. I mean, it's been great news. And frankly, the Palisades fire today has been very inactive. No real active flame. A few hot spots around the fringes that they've been really trying to damp down just in case that wind does pick up. And, you know, another theme of the day has been, you know, Mayor Bass talking about, you know, it's time to look forward. It's time to start rebuilding. You know, she and the governor are signing executive directives, executive orders to try and make the permitting process a lot faster, to cut a lot of the red tape, which is notorious here in LA, trying to cut a lot of that red tape so that the rebuilding can happen. I mean, I drove along Sunset Boulevard through the Palisades earlier, and, you know, all the utility trucks are now there, you know, chopping up the trees that have fallen over, dealing with the gas lines, dealing with the power lines, but it is going to be a monumental task. But for now, as I say, the real focus is fingers crossed, hoping that those winds don't
We
really
will
pick up
definitely
again
keep
tonight,
our
because,
fingers
you know,
crossed.
a lot has burned here, but there's still a lot of vegetation. You know, last winter I was covering floods in Los Angeles. That just, there was a bloom of growth that then dried
that's not
out.
good.
A lot of that stuff's still around, so fingers crossed.
Certainly, and thinking about that, I won't forget, this is also not just a story you're covering, this is your home, and thinking about how impactful and personal it is to you as well, Nick. And you actually spent some of the day around the
that's
trails
bad.
where the Palisades fire started.
Yeah.
We're hearing a lot about the investigation. Obviously, it's in its infancy.
It was started
but what
by
are you learning
someone.
about the investigation into how this started?
It was started by someone.
Well, yeah, we
What do
are
you
up in
expect?
what is called the sort of general area of origin. It's just on this hill behind me. You see the police are here. They have not been letting anybody in. Although, you know, normally media are allowed anywhere in wildfires. Not here, because this is a potential crime scene. So you mentioned
I
that
think it was
previous fire,
started by
January
someone.
1st, early hours of New Year's Day. That was just over there. So listen, that's obviously something they're looking into. Were there embers, something still burning under the ground that was then just reinvigorated by that wind? Arson is also obviously on the table. You know, they had dogs out here in the past few days sniffing for accelerants. And there are also, you can't see them because it's dark, but there are 2 utility poles up there right now. So listen, what they generally try and do is, you know, kind of rule stuff out and hone in on what might the cause actually be. The other thing that they're doing right now is they're trying to get from this sort of general area of origin down to a specific area. One investigator I spoke to today said they try and get it down to basically the size of a dinner plate. And the way that they do that is you have investigators actually on their hands and knees looking at every single piece of vegetation, every pebble, every blade of grass, figuring out which side the fire reached that particular item.
Right.
And then they can map that, flag that, and try and just hone in on that area. Because obviously, if you can figure out exactly where it started, that's going to be a huge help to figure out why it started.
We'll be right back.
I like it. It's mine. The prices blow my mind. I feel so rich. I feel like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. Let's go.
We'll be right back. It's still commercial.
You're looking at the beginning of a very anxious moment. An empty box of America's favorite fries.
No more fries?
No more fries?
Well, take heart. For a limited time, when you buy any large sandwich and a large order of fries, you get 30% more fries free.
More fries?
More fries?
30% more fries free. Of course, we can't put an end to all anxious moments,
It's a good time
but we can help in the fry department.
for the great taste of McDonald's.
Over there, the other fast food places are fighting the burger wars about who has the best meat patty. But here, Jack in the Box is creating a whole new kind of fast food. Like the new pasta and seafood salad. Garden vegetables, 2 kinds of pasta, a blend of Pacific whitefish and snow crab meat, and ocean shrimp. So if you get tired of the burger wars, try the new pasta and seafood salad at Jack in the Box. There's no comparison.
Want to go to Chuck E. Cheese, Dad?
Well, since you girls like it so much.
At Chuck E. Cheese, you can act like a kid. You'll have more fun than you ever did.
Just 2 more tokens.
You can laugh and you can play.
Keeps on the last piece of pizza.
You can do it your way. Did you have fun, Dad? Chuck E. Cheese,
I just came to watch my girls have a good time.
where a kid can be a kid. Just how orange does a Diet Minute Maid orange taste? Tourist. Diet Minute Maid orange with 100% Nutri-Sweet. The orange.
How could something that looks so funny?
Thomas's muffins on your plate. Make everything on top.
Butter or burgers or melted cheese. No other muffins.
Even tuna fishes taste more.
Thomas's English muffins.
Toast up the crunchy nooks and crannies of a Thomas's, and everything you put on top tastes better.
The original, one and only, funny looking, tasty cooking.
Yum! I skate because I can have a good time staying in shape. And I drink milk because it helps me skate. It gives me almost half the calcium I need for strong bones, but only 1/8 of my day's total calories. Milk's beautiful, natural nutrition without a lot of calories. And when you do something really good for your body, it'll do great things for you. Milk. It does a body good.
It's new, and it's right here.
So we're getting ready to go back to the podcast. We're back. Anyway, we're back. Okay, go. Welcome to the podcast. So the firefighters, our hearts go out to them as they're fighting the Los Angeles fire. So most of the homes have been damaged. Power lines on fire. Homes have been, a lot of homes, like maybe like 1,000 to 500,000. Is that what it is, guys? Guys? Okay. So what I'm getting right now is there's probably a lot.
Gas money, but I don't get paid till next week.
So firefighters taking care of trying to put the fires out. Boy, this is bad. Look at all these homes. I mean, heck. So that's what's happening right now in the world. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see. The next one's going to be in Hollywood. Lost Homes in Wildfire with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hollywood star by Pacific Paradise Wildfires. That's what's coming on next.
This area of Hollywood, Pacific Palisades. In early 2025, a serious forest fire suddenly broke out, causing many families, including famous stars, to face unprecedented difficulties. This disaster not only left behind heavy losses of property, but also tested the resilience of people in the face of the power of nature. How did they overcome adversity and rebuild from the ashes? Let's explore with us now. Matthew Perry, best known for his role as Chandler Bing on Friends, once owned a stunning mid-century modern home in Pacific Palisades, Los Angeles, which he purchased in 2020 for $6 million. Built in 1965, the 3,500 square foot home features 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms, and breathtaking ocean views. Perry invested heavily in upgrading the property, including adding a luxury pool, hot tub, and modern amenities, making the living space both glamorous and comfortable. Sadly, in October 2023, Matthew Perry passed away in the home. The property was later sold in a private sale for $8.55 million to Arizona real estate developer Anita Vermal Allen. In January 2025, a raging wildfire swept through the Pacific Palisades, threatening many homes in the area, including this property. Vermal Allen expressed deep gratitude to the neighbors and firefighters who worked tirelessly to protect the property. Thanks to their efforts, the house suffered only minor damage to the backyard, preserving its beauty and value despite the disaster.
We got more coming up.
Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson's mansion at 18038 Blue Sail Drive, Pacific Palisades, Los Angeles, is a symbol of luxury and family togetherness. Purchased by the couple in 2010 for $26 million. The 14,500 square foot home is a modern style, featuring 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, and exquisite architectural details. With its limestone exterior and stunning views of the Pacific Ocean, this living space perfectly combines luxury and closeness to nature. The mansion also has a cliffside pool and spacious balconies, creating a sense of harmony between the indoors and outdoors. In January 2025, when the raging wildfires threatened Pacific Palisades, Hanks and Wilson's mansion narrowly escaped disaster. However, a neighboring house in the cliffside area was unfortunately completely burned down. In the tense situation, the family quickly evacuated their son, ensuring the safety of all members. Chad Hanks, the couple's son, shared his deep concerns on social media about the situation in the neighborhood where he grew up. He called on the community to pray and support those affected and expressed gratitude to the firefighters who fought tirelessly to protect the area. Ben Affleck has been associated with Pacific Palisades, a luxurious area of Los Angeles, for many years, owning a series of valuable real estate here. In July 2024, he bought a French country-style estate for $2.5 million. The house was built in 1941, has 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a guest house, a pool, and a stable. However, just a few months later, in January 2025, a serious wildfire occurred in the area, forcing Affleck to evacuate and temporarily stay at his ex-wife Jennifer Garner's house in Brentwood. Fortunately, his house was not affected, and he returned when the situation stabilized. Previously, in 2018, after divorcing Jennifer Garner, Affleck bought a luxurious mansion in Pacific Palisades for $19 million. The 13,500 square foot mansion has 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a spa pool, and a guest house. In 2022, after remarrying Jennifer Lopez, he put the house up for sale for about $30 million to start a new life with his wife. In addition, during their time together, Affleck and Garner owned another house in Pacific Palisades, which held many family memories. This house was sold in 2019 for $32 million, but it remains an important part of their life story. Arnold Schwarzenegger has long been a prominent resident of the upscale Pacific Palisades neighborhood in Los Angeles. In 1986, he and his ex-wife Maria Shriver purchased a stunning Mediterranean-style estate near Will Rogers State Park. The 75-acre property, with a main house measuring 4,177 square feet, includes 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, a luxury pool, tennis court, and stunning views. It is where they raised their 4 children until their separation in 2011. Then, in 2013, the estate was sold to Max and Vicki Kennedy for $12.9 million, keeping it in the Kennedy family. Although he moved away from his old home, Schwarzenegger remained attached to Pacific Palisades, moving to another 5-acre estate in a gated community. The new mansion is not only huge, but also has breathtaking views of the Pacific Canyon. The property is fully equipped with lavish amenities, including 7 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a chef's kitchen, spacious living and entertaining areas, a private gym, a pool with a spa, a tennis court, and even an equestrian facility with a jumping area. Schwarzenegger lives here with his longtime partner Heather Milligan and adorable pets like his miniature horse Whiskey and his donkey Lulu. In January 2025, when a severe wildfire swept through the Pacific Palisades, many residents were forced to evacuate. Fortunately, Schwarzenegger's estate was safe. He was in New York City at the time filming The Man with the Bag, where he played Santa Claus, a fun and novel take on the Hollywood legend's career. Jennifer Garner, the talented and beloved star, has long been a fixture in the Pacific Palisades and Brentwood neighborhoods of Los Angeles, where she has built a cozy life centered around family and community. While married to Ben Affleck, Garner lived in a stunning ranch-style estate in Pacific Palisades, which she purchased in 2009 for $17.5 million. With its spacious grounds, pool, and spacious living areas, the property was the perfect home to raise their 3 children. After their divorce, the couple sold the home in 2019. Garner then rented a 10,568 square foot Pacific Palisades mansion with 6 bedrooms, 6.5 bathrooms, a gourmet kitchen, home theater, wine cellar, and a tranquil backyard with a pool and spa. This is where she and her children lived while overseeing the construction of their new home in Brentwood. Also in 2019, Garner purchased a Brentwood estate for $7.9 million and completed the farmhouse-style home in 2020. The home reflects her sophistication and love for cozy design, creating a peaceful space amidst the busy pace of her career and life. In early 2025, as the devastating wildfires swept through the Pacific Palisades, Garner shared her grief over the loss of a close friend in the disaster. She expressed both her feelings of luck and regret that her home was unaffected, while many families suffered devastating losses. Her heartfelt words once again reaffirmed her love and empathy for the community that has become an important part of her life.
And that's going to do it for that segment.
Sir Anthony.
Wait, hold on. Let's go into some more news podcasts. Let's see. Let's go. We got a story about Garth Brooks. We got the dance, 1990. Garth Brooks, 1990, the best star of all time. Garth Brooks. Okay, so married to Trish Yearwood. Still having pretty good times. Let's see. Let's go. Throwback. Let's go. Throwback to the guy that did the rap song. I don't know if I can play it for you. I might can. I don't know with the copyright issues there, but we can try it and see if they'll let us do it. Here, they might let my network do it. Here, just a sec. Charts right now. He's amazing. He's an amazing star. Let's see. So we have a story about Blake Shelton, The Goodbye Time, still in number 16. Here's Goodbye Time by Blake Shelton.
Nutrition without a lot of calories. And when you do something really good for your body, it'll do great things for you. Milk. It does a body good.
It's new, and it's right here. 1310 AM. The only radio station that's news. All news and nothing but news. All day, every day. all night, every night. Your news. Accessible, reliable, immediate, and up to the minute. The minute you want it. KFYI, 1310 AM. Turn to us for your information.
There's no rose that's sweeter than sweet Rosarita, the legend of the West, the one they love the best. Her Mexican dishes are simply delicious. No one can compare with sweet Rosarita fare.
They say tomatoes turn ripe in her hand, and corn turn golden. Discover the legend of Rosarita.
We're Beatrice.
This is Father Polskamp, the director of Hannah Voice Center. Please listen to a good friend of our voice.
This is Joe DiMaggio, and I'd like to talk to you about Hannah Voice Center in Sonoma, California. Here for more than a quarter of a century, hundreds of troubled, disadvantaged Western boys have been given the special care they needed so badly. Please help this vital work by giving generously to Hannah Voice Center, Sonoma, California.
I'm Woodsy Owl, with a bird's eye view of America's beautiful forests and campgrounds. But look what happens when grown-ups and kids don't give a hoot about pollution.
But Woodsy, what can we do about litter and vandalism?
Just spread the word. Give a hoot. Don't pollute. And if you see litter, please pick it up. Because if you don't give a hoot, who will?
In the city or in the woods, please keep America looking good. Hoot, hoot.
Here's Cal Worthington and his dog Spot.
If you're looking for a better set of wheels,
I will stand upon my head to beat all deals. I will stand upon my head till my ears are turning red. Go see Cal, go see Cal, go see Cal.
You know, friends, I can make any kind of a deal I want to make. You know why I can do that? Because I carry a lot of my own paper. Now, I'll sell you any car or any truck on this lot for just $25 down. Now, of course, the more you pay down, the lower the monthly payments. For example, here's an 84 Buick Skylark, $24.95, $69 a month. Here's an 85 Dodge 600, $39.95, $84 a month. Here's an 86 Nissan Sentra, $39.95, $84 a month. Here's a 1980 Dodge. It's a van conversion for $34.95, $79 a month. And here's an 82 Jeep, a CJ5 for $44.95, $89 a month. Got a lot of vans and a lot of trucks. Come and see us. We're open every day. We're open till 11 o'clock every night. It's Worthington Chevrolet in Cupertino. We're on Stevens Creek. See you here.
There are many roads to the great American meal. But the shortest one takes you to Sizzler for great Northwest crab, spicy Santa Fe steak, Cajun giant fried shrimp, or a taste of all three. Our new American Sampler platters. 6,000 miles of great American cooking just around the corner. Sizzler.
Just for the style of it, ooh, the smile of it. Just for the love of it, Diet Coke. Just for the taste of it.
Roger, what are you doing here? Please, Eddie, I just came to see Jessica and to have a Diet Coke. Diet Coke. She's enough to drive a too loony.
Diet Coke and Roger Rabbit at a theater near you.
When you're hungry for quality, stop by Clark's Charcoal Broiler. We have dozens of menu items you won't find at an ordinary fast food restaurant, starting with our famous Clark Burgers, cooked to perfection over real charcoal grills. Our lean meat patties are made right here, so you know they're fresh. Try our delicious chicken, mouth-watering barbecued ribs, well-seasoned chili dogs, tasty patty melts, and savory steak sandwiches. Soft drinks and draft beer available. Dad and Mom can bring the kids to Clark's Charcoal Broiler, open every day at 615 El Camino Real in Mountain View. 43 years of fabulous food.
Years ago, I enjoyed just growing plants. Today, I've got a growing business. Now that's a change for the better.
I used to buy separate detergent and fabric softener. Now Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener is all I buy. Hard to believe, Bold 3's full-strength fabric softener softens even the scratchiest towels. And controls static, while its tough detergent cleans out dirt like this. Just add water, and the results are beautiful.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
Tomorrow night at 8, Channel 2 presents The Thin Man Goes Home. We continue now with William Powell and Myrna Loy in Shadow of the Thin Man.
I'm tired of hearing this. Marijuana can mess you up. We've been smoking for 15 years. Nothing's ever happened to me. I didn't get into other drugs. I didn't start stealing, mugging people. It didn't make me do anything different. In fact, I'd say I'm exactly the same as when I smoked my first joint.
Eddie, did you even look for a job today?
No, Ma. I called him this morning.
Marijuana can make nothing happen to you, too.
Do me a favor, crack one of these windows for me, okay?
Vous me connaissez, pourtant vous connaissez ma musique. Et quand je chante, vous reconnaissez ma voix, j'espère. Mais quand je voyage en France ou ailleurs, je ne peux jamais payer avec des. Alors, pour être traité comme, j'utilise la carte American Express.
To apply for the card, pick up an application.
Carte American Express, surtout ne partez pas sans elle.
Be big as life at Super Bowl 19 with Matthews. Win free Super Bowl tickets. Save $500 on giant NEC projection TV, just $19.98. Video record Super Bowl. Programmable VHS decks, $297. Save over $400 on Sony 19-inch Profile monitor TV plus Sony video recorder, just $798. Use Matthews $1,500 instant credit and save. Super Bowl video, car stereo, and audio, 6400 Mission Street, top of the hill, Davie City.
Mom, I showed Abercrombie how to roll over.
Terrific. Now let's teach him how to clean clothes.
We're going to use ALL.
Watch this, Abercrombie. ALL cleans everything.
All has concentrated cleaning power to get out even rubbed-in dirt and grease stains, so everything comes out clean.
Well,
We got one story.
With the deadline to ban TikTok just days away, Chinese officials now reportedly considering selling the app's U.S. operations to Elon Musk. But with users already fleeing to other apps, has Congress's attempt to limit Chinese influence on social media backfired? Drew DeBose is watching that today in today's Tech Check. Hey, Dee.
Hey, Carl. So there's an app that our audience should know now. It's called RedNote. And as of this morning, it is still #1 on Apple's App Store, highlighting really this classic lawmaker dilemma. As lawmakers are looking to regulate or ban what they see as the current threat, users have already moved on. And in this case, they moved on to an app far more Chinese than TikTok. It's known to Americans as RedNote, but its Chinese name, Xiaohongshu, literally translates into Little Red Book, as in Mao Zedong's Guide to Communist Ideology and Revolutionary Principles, a symbol of Chinese communist propaganda. This is the app. Open it up, and it looks like Instagram meets TikTok meets Reddit, but with a lot more Chinese language content, and very welcoming, by the way, to American users. Here's a scroll through Tech Check producer Jasmine's RedNote feed this morning.
Hi, TikTok refugee. First of all, I want to say welcome to Xiaohongshu, welcome to Redbook.
You'll see a few more videos here, all sort of welcoming self-proclaimed TikTok refugees. And another one, an American TikTok refugee posted a guide to using Redbook and says the Chinese people on this app, they don't want us to talk about politics because they're not allowed to talk about politics. Now, in other words, as a Chinese app, it is heavily censored. TikTok at least was the American version of a Chinese app with more American rules. RedNote had few international users until about a few months ago. According to PitchBook, it was last valued at $17 billion and backed by Chinese internet giants Alibaba and Tencent, as well as Silicon Valley VCs, DST and Notable Capital, which was spun out of GGV amid growing US-China tensions. Now, Tencent, which has been an investor in RedNote since 2016, was just last week added to the US Defense Department's list of companies allegedly working with China's military. This is something that Tencent refutes. But you look at ByteDance's cap table by contrast. It does not include Tencent, and it does include many more American firms, suggesting that TikTok, despite all of its controversies, operates with greater transparency and alignment to Western norms compared to RedNote. it is the paradoxically safer bet if Red Note continues to gain traction here. I spoke to a ByteDance investor this morning based in China. He's been watching the rush of these TikTok refugees to Red Note and also what he calls new momentum for Meta. So he is hopeful that a potential deal to sell TikTok to Elon Musk could slow the outflow, since many of these users rushing to Red Note, guys, they're doing so in a kind of defiance. They want to show that they like Chinese apps, despite lawmakers trying to ban it and concerned about it.
That we have major rain, we do expect that all of the street areas and all the communities will be impacted by debris flows that could be hazardous to human health. In order to address this, we are developing plans for both areas to capture and hold this debris back as much as we can during a rain event. I have to give everyone an early warning that we do expect the window to open for rain in the later part of this month, and so we are already pre-deploying labor forces into the area to make sure that the flood control system is ready, as well as our street system is ready, again, as much as possible for that rain event. So we are coordinating utilities. We're advising both the city and the county about our readiness for people to return. That work is ongoing, and we will continue to provide updates as we make our way through the system, so that essentially you can live there safely and our first responders can serve you. That's the other thing, is we could have incidents once you get back in, and we need to have the access in place and the water in place to, take care of what may be future incidents, even structure fires. So there's lots of work to do for our public works agencies in order for us to say that these areas are ready to be restored. Lastly, on rebuilding, the rebuilding process will be streamlined. It will be organized as directed by both elected office bodies, but particularly the Board of Supervisors have directed me to prepare the Altadena area as if it is a master plan community in which we are redeveloping the entire area. This master planning is already beginning. When I say master planning, what I'm talking about is preparing your properties for you to restore your homes on them. That again involves master planning all the utilities, the water system, the sewer system, and the road system. The first step in that process of development is to remove the debris from the site. As you heard from EPA, they'll take the toxics off. The county, in conjunction with the city, will be doing a debris removal process in which we will work together to safely remove the debris from an environmental perspective and from a site readiness perspective, so that your property will be ready to be rebuilt on properly and orderly. That system is already in place. We're working with the federal government and the state government to put that into place, and there'll be more information to come on that process. If you want to learn more about the rebuilding process, please go to recovery.lacounty.gov. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm LA County Supervisor Catherine Barger and Chair of the Board. Yesterday, I visited Ultimate Clinic in East Washington in Pasadena. Just overlooking Eaton Canyon, this building was one of the first lost in last week's fire. The Ultimate Clinic is right next door to a skilled nursing facility, the same one that I'm sure we all watch, that was evacuated because there were elderly residents and they were being wheeled down the street while embers blew past the building as it burned. Visiting with Ultimate Team was a stark reminder that our communities lost more than just their homes. They lost their businesses, their communities, and their access to health care. Despite the lingering destruction, Ultimate is already planning to return and provide services to the neighborhood. I left my visit full of hope that not only will our residents rebuild, but the full community will return around them. This morning on Lake Avenue next to the grocery outlet, a large sign stands saying, "Altadena Strong, we will rebuild." I know there's been a lot of confusion and unanswered questions about why people can't return to their properties. I want to make sure that everyone knows what goes into safely repopulating an area. It is important for all residents returning to their properties to do so safely. That is why Incident Command has been messaging precautions that need to be taken. We cannot allow residents to continually be frustrated every day without a timeline. They deserve these answers. And I am pushing the Unified Command to be swift and clear with the community. We've also installed signs across the roads leading into the impacted area to educate residents on the risk. We will also be equipping our residents with tools to return safely, which means gloves, eye goggles, to make sure that when they are on site, they are protected. As residents repopulate the area, debris cleaning kits will be made available to give residents everything they need to safely sift through their debris and look for valuables. I'm also asking the Department of Mental Health to be on the ground with community members to assist them with the emotional load of re-entering. As we consider all the components of debris removal, I wanted to briefly mention.
Goodbye, everybody, with this episode. We'll see you another day.